Greetings to my friends in the Doctor of Ministry Project Design course that I am calling, as you know, the 897 experience. It is the candidacy phase of your Doctor of Ministry program. So I wanted to be able to stop by again, keep up with you, and let you know where we are in our process. So welcome to Module 7, Week 14. As you know, as we come to the end of the semester, we just have some brief one-week modules, and we are in that process as we anticipate a couple of weeks left. Of course, we have Thanksgiving, American Thanksgiving thrown in. You know, the Canadians have already celebrated their Thanksgiving, etc. But for us, it's a possible family time. It's it's about eating. For some folks, it's about football. Whatever it is for you, it's a good season. Gratitude is hugely important for us, as you well know. It is a powerful factor in our spiritual formation. So we're looking forward to, once again, just pausing to give thanks. I wanted to review again for us the path to the finish line. December the 10th is the last day of the semester. We have every day available to us until we get to 11:59 p.m. on December the 10th. And so just real quickly, of course, the week 8 was the BTH Foundation's assignment. My encouragement to you is to now kind of incorporate that into your first draft proposal and not spend a lot of time just working on that. I mean, you do need to spend time working on that, but work on that in the context of the work you're doing for your first draft proposal. And as soon as you send me a copy of your first draft, I will just jump into the grade center and give you credit for your BTH Foundations. I will mark it as complete. You have a couple of small but very, very important assignments. They're not time intensive, but they are important in this candidacy phase for you. Of course, there was the week 9 project design discussion, where you're simply kind of just taking a moment to describe the kinds of elements that you would like to be involved in your ministry project measurements. You know, at that point in time, it's all about doing what you have to do to collect relevant data. Almost all of you, of course, have done that. Week 10, the student profile, is just a matter of downloading the template and filling it out, but it's a very important opportunity to reflect on your D.Min experience, you know, the good, the bad, and the ugly. When you do a doctoral program, it's kind of a mixed bag. And so you get a lot of stuff that is really important to you, but ultimately what is important to you is what is still ahead. So your dissertation phase of your program ends up being the bottom line, but at least up until now, to be able to reflect on, you know, why you entered into the D.Min program at Regent University, how has it been so far for you, etc. I find it very helpful, and it also is just a good reflection opportunity. A brief week 11 discussion. Of course, research methodology, as you know, is all about qualitative, quantitative, and mixed methods. A very important, once again, all of this will lead ultimately into not only a couple of short pieces of your proposal, but will also be relevant for your dissertation, for your ministry project. So it's not time intensive, but it is an important a piece of what we're doing together. And then, of course, weeks 12 and 13, that's where we are, is all about working on your draft proposals. After you've got the big pieces, you know, the summary of the literature done, the BTH Foundation, you know, pretty well done, then it's those short 2 or 3 paragraph sections that are introductory at the beginning of the proposal and that are concluding pieces as well at the end of the proposal. That's what you're working on now. And so you kind of have in your heart and in your mind what you would like to do. So now it's a matter of just kind of describing it, you know, introductory wise. And we did the details last week as well as in Collaborate 4. You can review those as you want. And of course, you have sample You have sample proposals. You have any number of resources that really kind of assist you if you need them to be able to work on this going forward. So this week, continue to work on your draft proposal. That's where we are together. I check the needs grading item in Blackboard 2 or 3 times a day just to make sure I'm keeping up with you, current as much as I possibly can. And then week 14 gives you one last discussion forum, and that's on the HSR process. So to be able to review the resources that are available is very important. And I think I would suggest, it's not possible for you to begin the HSR application until Dr. Flynn has approved your proposal and assigned you a chair. I'm fairly confident that, frankly, I'm not going to send Dr. Flynn your proposal unless I know he's going to approve it. But we've been working very hard on it together, so I'm confident in your work. But you cannot begin the application, the HSR application, until that has been accomplished. But you can do the CITI training in preparation for the application. You can do that ahead of time, either while you're in this candidacy phase or even during the Christmas break if you want to, conceivably. It's not a long training, but it's available to you, and you have to be able to produce a copy of the certificate they give you when you're done in order to enter into that application. You conceivably can do that before 899. So I kind of want to give that to you, but please remember, don't worry about starting the application. You really can't even do that. It would be discouraging for you to launch into that only to discover you had to start over. So, but you can do the training. So in terms of the resources available to us, of course, you have all the proposal resources in the world that you could ever possibly need, including a template I gave you specific commentary really on the template in last week's video announcement. And you have, the sample proposals. You even have a template that is annotated that has commentary with it. So anything that you could possibly need is there for you. But also under course contents this week, you have the HSR documents and the video that is just kind of standard for us in the D.Min program. But I've also added a couple of links for you under course content. I gave you the link to the Regent University HSR resources pages that really unpacks all of the details for you. I've also given you the link to the CITI training website, the Collaborative Institutional Training Initiative website, and that's where you will go to do your training. And again, it's not time intensive, but once you have completed it, and I've done it myself just to make sure I understand the HSR process, then you will get a certificate which you will produce that will, give you access to the application process, etc. Dr. Story is no longer overseeing this process. Dr. Flynn himself, I don't imagine, forever that he'll be doing that, but Dr. Flynn himself is now overseeing the HSR process. So he'll be your best friend going to the end of the 897 experience, entering into the HSR application process, which is separate. It's not something your chair will oversee. It's kind of separate, but extremely important. So Dr. Flynn will be your friend there as well. I want to confirm our Zoom consultation time for Monday evening, the 21st of November, 8:00 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. This is just going to be available to you if you have questions, if you are running into difficulties, you're kind of struggling with, can I complete this 897 experience or not? I'm very aware, believe me, I'm very aware from personal experience the last couple of years particularly, that if we have a lot of stress, it's hard to focus our minds. It's a simple fact that to the extent that our brain is relaxed, it functions well. If we get too uptight, if our brain kind of gets tight, how that feels like. It's hard to really focus the way you want to. And so I want us to be able to have a conversation together on Monday night. I will be in the Zoom room. I will send you, of course, invitations that will include We'll include the invitation link and all of that. And for us to be able to just, I hope, just encourage one another, pray for each other. We have good folks in our section this semester who have really had a difficult time. You know, I've been praying, as have you, for Brother Woodrow and his good wife, who is battling cancer. Of course, Cynthia is in Jackson, where they have to struggle to get drinking water. Miss Julie has been sick with COVID. My good friend Kevin Pike, who was with us in the summer, it looked like he developed long COVID. I mean, who knows? You know, it's just such a nasty virus, but it throws you off. And so we are praying for a supernatural kind of an inspiration, that the presence of the Lord will bring a new focus to you, because all that you're doing is very, very important. I mean, the vision that the Holy Spirit gave you for entering into the D.Min process itself is so very important. So I think it's absolutely essential for us to kind of cheer each other on, but also pray for each other in this process. So human subjects research is very, very important. I have to tell you, one of our good dissertation students that I am serving as a chair for has really wrestled. I think I mentioned this to you before. He's an active duty Marine Corps chaplain. And so he had to get approval from the Marine Corps as well as from Regent University. And it has, I mean, he's struggling at the end of the process. Can you believe that? All the way this entire semester. I have to tell you, I can tell you in advance what will trip you up. If you are accessing a vulnerable situation, or if you are proposing a measurement, some aspect of your research data collection that could possibly be harmful, or even resurrect old, harmful, traumatic memories, etc., it's going to take longer. To the extent that you can do something that is safe for you and for those who are participating with you, it can happen your approval can happen very, very quickly. But your chair can't help a lot. So it's been a little bit frustrating for me. What Dr. Flynn would say, we'll get back with Dr. Asplund and see if he has any ideas. But I think we've come to the end of the process for him. And so I think it's important for us to realize that the ethical standard is the same as the one that medical doctors have. Principle number one, do no harm. So we want to make sure that everyone is going to be safe. Let's continue to pray for one another. I have to tell you that the 897 section automatically rolls over into a second semester if you need to. I always encourage you, and I would encourage anyone who is in this class to let's do whatever we have to do together to make sure you can cross the finish line on December the 10th, because folks who have to carry on lose a bit of momentum and sometimes just get stuck in the process. So we will work hard together. If you have to roll over into a second semester, you'll have me again, which means that it creates some continuity. It's not uncommon for this 897 experience to have a different instructor every semester. So next semester, you'll have me again if you need to, and I will give you credit for everything you've done and move you ahead quickly. We won't necessarily have to take the whole semester to finish the process, but I would rather you just prayerfully, kind of whatever you need to do, get in the spirit. Let's get some prayer going for you so that you can cross the finish line on December the 10th. I'm looking forward to sharing every day, every moment with you. Please understand that I am here for you all the time, ready to assist in any way I can. And I'm available Monday night. So if you need to stop by, I'll be here for you. God bless you, everybody. Just have a great week.